My heaviest was 537.
Right. Oh my God.
I got down to 463 and now I'm 373.
Good for you.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding. Throughout the career of a professional wrestler, it's not too surprising for some changes in body type to start taking place. Whether you're brand new and want to put on some weight to prove yourself, or you're starting to get out of shape from all the years taking out tolls on your body, it's very rare for a wrestler to look the exact same way in any 5-year direction. That being said, I'm WYATT, and here are 10 of the most shocking WWE body transformations. Number 10, Kevin Owens.
It turned out to be an alright year, and I lost a bunch of weight. Because I wanted to, if I did come back in 6 months, I wanted to look decent.
Let's keep it recent, as KO has just returned to the ring for the first time in 5 months to compete against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. While BRAY loves to stress the importance of living a vegan lifestyle, it seems as though Owens might have been listening and picked up a few tips, as he's lost a noticeable amount of weight since we last saw him back around October.
I wasn't exactly hitting the gym like crazy, but I was hitting it enough that it was making a difference. And I lost like 40 pounds.
While it's nothing staggering, he didn't suddenly become skinny overnight or anything. The change is both noticeable and welcomed, as I admittedly don't really want to see Owens become skinny someday, as this figure does help him stand out in a way, but the health benefits and almost definite in-ring benefits are well worth the pounds shed.
Hence has Kevin Owens been tonight. Wow! Been out since October with double knee surgery. Has been pining for this kind of opportunity.
Number 9, Dean Ambrose.
The Miz in tough against Dean Ambrose. Big hip toss by WWE Champ.
Another one more recent and due to injury once again, Dean Ambrose spent what felt like years out of action for a shoulder injury that revealed a MRSA that just about killed Dean Ambrose. Thankfully, we got our lunatic back safe and sound, cheers to Renee Young, but it wasn't without notable changes. Not only was Dean's demeanor,
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Not only was his demeanor different, but he also started to lean up in his midsection, which was kind of odd pairing in the fact that he also very noticeably put muscle on his arms. He looked like a dude who almost died in surgery and then got really buff in the arms all of a sudden, which, now that I say it out loud, makes a lot of sense, because it's what happened.
Ambrose was able to weather the early storm. Rolls up McIntyre, shoulders down for the win. Kick out at 2. Neckbreaker.
Number 8, The Big Show.
My heaviest was 537.
Right. Oh my God.
I got down to 463 and now I'm 373.
Good for you.
The Big Show's entire career is somehow a mix of a heel turn and a shocking body transformation in one. While his career hasn't seen such a staggering number of transformations like it has turns, there's been a few different noteworthy iterations of The Big Show. After his giant days in WCW, he became The Big Show and then slowly ballooned on up his way all the way to The Bigger Show, the over 500-pounder, need I remind you, before getting back to the gym and re-entering the mid-2000s as The Big Show, where he'd stay for well over a decade before deciding to hit the gym really fucking hard.
It came out real calm, serene. There you go.
And turned into the I Somehow Have Abs show, which is admittedly the best Big Show of all.
Now drags Randy Orton into the center of the ring. Big Show's got a grip. Big Show could be punching his ticket to Saudi Arabia. Chokeslam.
Number 7, Michael Cole. One of the most underrated positive body transformations of all time was actually none other than WWE's own play-by-play guy, Michael Cole. While the most skin we'll usually get out of Cole shows around the hands and face due to his very plain suits he wears on a weekly basis, there was a brief stretch of the early 2010s where Cole was playing heel, and just like all great heels eventually do, Cole was forced to endure his comeuppance.
Oh, sauce it. There you go, sauce it, baby.
We've all seen the unfortunate mess that was a 2011 shirtless Michael Cole, but how about a 2015 2.0 edition? Because seriously, Michael Cole got fucking jacked, baby. Number 6, Mick Foley.
Passed this barbed wire covered bat, now he gave it back. And Foley driving that 300 pounds and the barbed wire.
It's pretty easy to forget WrestleMania 32, seeing as it was a very underwhelming and overall just kind of a disappointing show, especially for the first WrestleMania I got to watch live. And I don't know, maybe it had something to do with that Roman Reigns versus Triple H match that kind of didn't do it for me or any other human being ever. One small detail that might stick out was when Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, and Mick Foley all came out to the ring to handle the League of Nations and their foreign shenanigans. While people gawked about how Shawn looked like he could still go like it was 2 decades ago, and about how Stone Cold looks about the exact same as he has for the last 2 decades, Mick really deserves more credit for not only the weight loss, but also just the general health and posture changes too. That was insane. Foley no longer looks like the hunchback of WWE, and that's gotta be pretty nice, you know, if you're the spine of Mick Foley.
This is an incredible moment. Michaels, Foley, Austin.
Number 5, Roman Reigns.
And there's the big dog.
Another one to keep things recent, Roman has actually had 2 instances of noticeable weight loss, and both times were sort of around huge events. First up, how about in mid-2015 when Roman Reigns got hit with a 30-day suspension for violating the wellness policy? Yeah, that was a fun time, especially when the Shield triple threat was being built up as what could have been a WrestleMania main event. Yeah, it must have been fun having 1/3 of the match missing throughout the program and then have him come back looking like only 2/3 of his original self. At least the second return wasn't so bad, seeing as Roman only spent 4 months fighting off his little thing called, I don't know, cancer. Not sure if you've heard about it. Both times Roman came back to the ring with a noticeable amount of muscle loss, but it is nice to know that a lack of steroids is actually more harmful to your gains than leukemia.
The good news is I'm in remission, y'all.
Number 4, Bray Wyatt. Husky Harris and Bray Wyatt just might be the 2 most different wrestlers in WWE history, yet they've been portrayed by the exact same guy. While Husky Harris was a slow-moving, boring follower, he eventually became the prolific, quick, and able-bodied cult leader, Bray Wyatt. The only real similarities are that both men were a part of stables that had no proper direction, and that both of them are big. While Husky Harris's name might have been an army tank with a Ferrari's engine or whatever the fucking nonsense,
my football coach in high school used to tell me I was like an army tank with a Ferrari and
it wasn't until Bray that the man managed to make that weight work in his favor, and that's definitely thanks to shedding some of those pounds for mobility. Now he's just big and quick, which is horrifying. While both Bray and Husky are big men, only one of them saw that as a disadvantage.
Went for the spear. Wyatt caught it with a boot. Abigail. Wyatt, is he going to the chamber? What a win it was.
Number 3, Rey Mysterio.
Up over the top, off the leapfrog. And Rey Mysterio on the shoulders of Chavo. And Chavo. Luchadors have won.
Holy fucking Christ, Rey Mysterio is somehow at the peak of his career, and it's 2019. My childhood favorite when I was like 8 years old is in the prime of his life, and I'm almost 19. This is truly bizarre. I mean, shit. He probably isn't winning the WWE Championship anytime soon, but the fact that he's 44 and looks like he could be debuting is genuinely fantastic. While Mysterio has always been an agile cruiserweight, he's never exactly had the muscle and definition that new era Rey has managed to get for himself. And it's just the best. Hopefully this transition can elevate Rey's career even further along than it already was, seeing as he's already a legend, and continue to help him put on the best matches he's ever had. Perhaps some more with Andrade. I think we would all enjoy that.
Mysterio looks to be in unbelievable shape. Welcome back, Rey. What's he doing here? Can you imagine the headlines tomorrow?
Number 2, Stephanie McMahon. Well, yeah, what do you expect when a 6'4" cerebral assassin plants a couple kids in you? While Stephanie's body transformations are mainly due to pregnancy, it's hard to disagree that hers are the most noteworthy changes to a single body, especially considering that she was pregnant thrice and the only sole daughter of billionaire Vince McMahon. Yeah, okay, maybe there's a reason we noticed. Luckily, the baby weight didn't decide to stay, as Stephanie now looks like a completely normal, overly make-upped 40-something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Stephanie McMahon!
Stephanie, of course, carrying the vacated Raw Women's Championship. More on that in a moment.
And number 1, Ric Flair. Story time, kids. Let's talk about Richard Flair. While the man many of us know as the greatest to ever do it may have just celebrated his 70th birthday, he nearly didn't even make it to 40, as 2 flights full of wrestlers ended up crashing back in 1975, and one of them held the Nature Boy. Well, not exactly the Nature Boy. To be honest, Ric Flair was inside of the plane, but it definitely wasn't the man that we know today. Rick was instead the stereotypical pro wrestler that you would expect Vince McMahon to have a wet dream over. You know, all bulk, bulging muscles, 370-something pounds, no charisma, just muscle. He was a brick in both the sense of the strength it resembles and the intelligence that it resembles. That plane crash would result in a lot of surgery and a lot of recovery time for Flair, which slimmed him down from well over 300 pounds of muscle into the man that we would eventually call the Nature Boy.
The momentum has shifted here. Nature Boy Ric Flair with 2 low blows and now suplex. It could be over here.
And those are 10 of the most shocking WWE body transformations. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below after liking that video, subscribing to that channel, and notifications-ing that bell.